What up, though? What up, though? Ledge here. It's prediction time, man, for one of the biggest cards on paper in in recent memory, man. To be honest with you, in recent memory, this is if everything goes well. Shout out to everybody at Takeover Battle League. Shout out to everybody, all of the sponsors, Chilla, everybody that has any involvement with this whatsoever. Shout out to you guys. I see y'all are trying y'all best to make this as professional as possible with the face offs. Y'all got like, you know, celebrity bar, not celebrities, battle rap celebrity in the battle rap world. You know, you got bartenders, you got hosts, you know, commentary. You know, y'all even giving out a schedule what time the first battle kicks off. Y'all trying to do this as professional as possible. Now, me, I'm pessimistic in battle rap. I just, no matter how professional the league owners is trying to be, it's really up on the battle rappers and the fans, and I just can't trust y'all. But I think this is gonna be one I'm gonna order. I think I'm gonna order this. I think I'm gonna order this and kick back and enjoy day one and day two. And I'm just here to give you my predictions. Agree to disagree. We're gonna get right into it. Day one, Capo Bravado versus Snake Eyes. I know Snake Eyes had an okay performance against Nitty. He did a little better than expected, but to the point where now he thinks he's won the battle, and like anybody who thought he did a little bit better than what you expected feels like he kind of won, even though the majority got him losing. Um, like I said, Capo, I can't remember the last battle I seen of his. It might have been the Jazz battle, and he was good in that. He's been consistently good though. I'm not really shocked at Capo being good. I heard he did well against was it Febo. I'll be forgetting how to pronounce. I don't because I ain't really checked one of his battles in a long time. Like maybe Jay Moore is the last time I seen him. But I heard he wrecked shop up there and had one of them classic joints up there with him in I battle. So that's dope. I'm gonna go with Capo just because he's just more creative. He's more creative. He's got a presence to him. He can be just as, you know what I'm saying, just as vicious and dangerous with the street talk. You know what I'm saying? Just a different lingo, you know, him being from the South and stuff like that. But they're in the South, so I think a lot of his stuff going to be a little more relatable, too, in the building. So on virtue of that, I'm going to go with Capo on that, man. I just don't see Snake Eyes having enough creativity and sauce to beat someone with personality, presence, and performance. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be tough. Yeah, sorry, Snake Eyes. KCJ versus J Love. Dope battle for the women. Dope battle for the women. J Love one of the more improved MCs, just men or women. Like if you look at her early stages when she was battling, her punching style was very we go hardish, very like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, very robotic. But now she done added like different elements to it. She just done got more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? She done got more comfortable. And as for KCJ, she remains one of the more consistent women in battle rap. I know I've stated on this show countless of times, there's been four queens running battle rap. Jazz, Hustle, Coffee, and Vixen over the past post-COVID, past 4 to 5 years. If I had to give a fifth man, if she would be on that next starting five. KCJ is like fifth or sixth on that list. You know what I'm saying? She ain't far behind them as far as like being one of those constants that the women can rely on. And based upon that, I do think she's been in bigger dog fights than J Love. And she done battled not only just some of the best women, she done battled some of the best men and beat some of the best men that battle app has to offer. So in virtue of that, and I don't think much separates them pin wise. I do think KCJ is far and away the better rapper, and you're gonna have to rap. I feel like on this card, so I'm gonna go with KCJ in that one. Shout out to J Love though. I think it's gonna be one of the better battles of day one. Loso versus J2. Interesting battle. It's kind of I'm not a fan of someone going against multiple people from the same crew because it's like I feel like there's going to be nothing new to touch base on. for either party because like if you have religious bars for A Ward, how much of that you gonna have left for Loso? A Ward did all the like talking about the sexuality of J2. How can Loso put a different what I'm saying, a different dynamic to that? So I don't know. I just don't like this battle just because it feels A Ward J2 ish. So it kind of puts a damper on it for me, just personally. If I had to pick who would win this one, I would probably go Loso just because I think even more so than A Ward, I think Loso is an exceptional angler. And I do think his ability to connect with the crowd while angling is going to play a part in this. J2 can be dynamic, but he also can have rounds where it just falls flat. He can have some of those that's just like, ooh, it's cool, but he kind of just coasting. So I feel like Loso going to be probably more consistent each round, and he's just barely. And this, I'm talking about an edge. I don't think he's going to blow this. I don't think he's going to like just take the battle and run. Like it ain't gonna be no clear 30 or nothing like that. I'm talking about the slight edge 2-1 type shit. So that's how I got that battle. I think that's gonna be a cool battle. I don't think it's gonna be battle of the night type, but I think it's gonna be all right. Pass versus Eunice, definitely a style clash. You got a puncher rapper with a rapper, multi kind of storyteller type of guy in Pass. Pass is the ultimate vet. Eunice is like the golden boy for URL right now. He's like one of the people they relying on to be the next one. This is a chance for him to kind of get another notch under his belt. I do think this is gonna be an interesting matchup. Pass does have like, how do I put this? Pass has not a stigma, but people do worry about his ability to connect with other I guess demographics outside of the ones that only watch King of the Dot battles, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of the old thing like when Diz had to prove himself on URL and when these guys had to come off of that platform, how do these dudes fare? You know what I'm saying? I remember years ago, he came here to Detroit, had to battle JC. I remember he went and battled Don Marino. I didn't hear good things about that battle when he went. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to be interesting to see, does his name hold that same weight? Is his confidence going to be there off of that? Like I remember, shout out to Thesaurus, but I seen Thesaurus against Holmesy on the app. He didn't, it didn't have that same feel. It's just when you're on a different platform, different stage with different fans who aren't just, fall like hands over, head over heels over you, you can kind of develop a comfort zone when you're on a certain league for a long time. I think Eunice has, been on OSBL, URL. He was just up here in Detroit on Black Mafia Battle League, Calico, and tore the roof off here. He battled overseas. I'm gonna go with Eunice, man. I just think he's just gonna be a better overall performer in the battle. I just think he's gonna say enough. He's just clever, man. I think he's just, as far as punching, he's gonna be a little bit ahead of the game there on the punching side of things. So I'm gonna go with Eunice in that one. Could be wrong. The OG could pull out some old tricks and pull some vet moves on Eunice. I just don't see it though. Chef Trez and Luke Castro. This is gonna be quick. I'm going with Chef Trez. I'm going with Chef. I mean, shout out to Luke Castro. I just don't really be seeing even when he had his little run, right? When they was trying to push him crazy on the URL, was that like 2.5, 3 years ago, like caffeine era days. They were trying to push him heavy. I just didn't see it. I see charisma. I see personality. I see performance, and I see being marketable outside, like with promo and stuff like that. But as far as his overall wins in battle rap and just his bar quality, it don't be there for me. That's really it. And Trez is like one of the most consistent, one of the most creative, one of the most dynamic rebuttal games, A1, and he done beat some of the greats already. So I'm gonna go with Chef Trez. That I want to say a 30 piece, but I'm gonna try to. You know what? I ain't trying. I got it. I got it like a 30. Not like body bag, but I just got him winning every round. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, to be honest with you. Miss Hustle versus Real Deal. Interesting battle. Interesting battle. This is one of those it depends battles. And to me, it depends on what it's I know it's in Houston, but is it a pit style audience? Is this gonna be on a platform, a stage? That this battle really depends on that. If this is a stage, Miss Hustle is running away with this. If this is like in a pit style, kind of like how some of the trenches cards be, where they just surrounding you and they just on top of you pretty much, looking over it, I got Real Deal. So it sounds like a cop out answer. I'm just going to assume that with this type of card, with some of the names on this card, it's going to be a big stage. So I'm going to just edge Hustle because I think she's going to perform her ass off. I was about to say it. I'm gonna keep it battle rap. Let me keep it back. She's gonna perform her ass off, and yeah, I think she's gonna win that one pretty convincingly on stage. Do keep in mind, if I find out it's on pit style, just know without even me saying it, I changed my mind. All right, so I'm gonna tell you that right now. Charlie Clips, Mike P. Even if Charlie Clips win, I'm not gonna regret picking Mike P with a 30, bro. I'm picking Mike P because first of all, Mike P is super consistent, super reliable, and is dope. He has some of the most creative moments in battle rap over. You really go like the past 5 years or so, he done had some of the most creative moments. He got 2 of the top 25. You just do creative moments, not like best punches, but just creative moments. He got like 2 of the top 25 with the shit he did against Sharon when they was doing the not super fights, whatever was that time limit shit they was doing on Caffeine when they only had like 2 minutes to rap, and he just like was in sequence with the time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then of course when he battled Danny with that amazing second round, catered to him and his lady with the parallel universe stuff. Like he gets busy, and I think he takes moments like this serious. Like I think he's gonna, even though I don't think y'all should do this no more. Like, oh, it's Charlie Clips. This is to me, Charlie Clips is no longer an in-game battle. But I think just nostalgia purposes, Mike P is going to look at it like that. So he's going to go all out. Whereas Clips Clips already done made it known, man. He don't care that he freestyles. He feel like his freestyles be more entertaining than a lot of y'all writtens. So he not going to change nothing. So I ain't going to change my damn thoughts. 30, Mike P. We out of there. Marv 1 versus Arsenal. That's a tough one. Because if I go off of my theory that Arsenal be running hot and cold, to me, he was cold against Mook. I think he's battled since then. I don't know how that battle went. So I don't know if he was hot that battle. So I mean, he'll be cold this battle. But that's how I judge Arsenal. Like I'm never picking him to win twice or lose twice. So, but if he won his last battle, I think people got him winning. I forgot who he battled. I'm going to go with Marv. Marv just been more locked in, and Marv, he needs some more of these legacy wins to really, like, people look at him as a legend, but he needs to knock some of these names off so his name can be pushed up even further. You feel what I'm saying? And I think he knows that, even though he's going, he might play it cool and be nonchalant about that, but I think he knows what's up. You beat Geechee, but then people ain't giving you the full credit because they like, yeah, but look what type of Geechee that was. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, oh, did he really beat Rock or was it debatable? Like, he's going to go all out against Arsenal. I'm going to go with Marvin that one. What's this next one? New Jersey Twerking A Ward. This is what I got for Battle of the Night. Oh, I missed one. Geechee Gotti and 40. I really don't like this battle. I probably skipped that on purpose. My bad. Geechee Gotti and 40. I got Geechee Gotti. Like, I think 40 has the ability to, she gonna out bar him and out right him. I don't know, man. Cause I don't know if she gonna be clean, and I don't know if he's gonna do. Like I say, Geechee is like junior Charlie Clips. He's like the Charlie Clips of this era now, where Sometimes he'll just totally mellow in for 2 rounds. He'll give you 1 round where he show you I'm locked in, and then you get hype about it, and then the next 2 rounds he just don't give a fuck clearly. So I really don't even know how to. I guess I'm gonna go 40, man. I'm gonna go 40 because she gonna look at Geechee as like a stat to knock off. Also, chilling and put her on the card. I think there's some Boston love there that she gonna take this serious and gonna lock in. So I'm gonna go with 40. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go with 40 on that. But yeah, battle of the night. I got A Ward versus New Jersey Twerk. This matchup has been highly anticipated for quite some time. I mean, I feel like there was rumors, or not so much rumors. I believe A Ward said it on my show a long time ago that he was like negotiating not returning, but making a debut on URL versus the likes of a New Jersey Twerk or a T Top and stuff like that. So it's been discussed, never materialized up until now. It's gonna be a crazy battle, man. It's gonna be a crazy battle. I think New Jerusalem is gonna really try his best to make a run at Champion of the Year this year. And for that reason, I'm picking New Jersey Twerk. Whereas I think A Ward is kind of going on his victory lap to me, in a sense of people already view him. So, like, this is what I'm about to say. New Jersey Twerk is probably more beloved and more popular because of, like, just how dynamic he is. But in the terms of where the status of how everybody views you, because you got to be still viewed on what you've done in the ring. A Ward has already achieved stuff that New Jersey Twerk is still trying to do, as far as, being consistently dope against elite competition. Like, you can argue, like, A Ward done beat Geechee Gotti twice. Beat him twice. You know what I'm saying? He done had classics with Rum Nitty. You know what I'm saying? He just got so many things under his belt that I'm not saying he don't care about this battle, because I'm sure A Ward cares about every battle, but I also just think that this is going to mean a little bit more to Twerk, and he's going to rap like it. And if Twerk raps like something means a lot to him, it's one of the most dangerous human beings we ever seen battle. Tell me I'm lying. And everybody says a A-game Twerk is unstoppable, but here's the thing. We have yet to see an A-game Twerk. The battles y'all point out to be his A-game battles, he still fucked up in pretty much some of them. Outside of maybe the Big K, but like, people always bring up the hoodie down shit against Verb. He choked in the first round. I think he choked either the first or second round against JC, and people love him in that battle. Like, some of his best performances, he still wasn't clean in. So I still don't even know what an A-game Twerk is. And that's scary. As for A Ward, I think he's gonna try to outsmart him tactically. I think his approach is gonna be coming from left field. I think it's gonna be some shit we ain't seen coming. So he's gonna make it a highly debatable battle. But at the end, I just think, because I always say this is a term I use, and people, shout out to Calico. He said he was gonna use it. I don't know if he's been using it, but I've been seeing on my timeline. Twerk is a haymaker chaser. Like, so certain people write for the haymaker. They work their way into just haymaker chasing. I think he's gonna haymaker chase in this battle, but he's gonna land with those haymakers, and I think that's gonna be the difference. Was A Ward is just gonna pretty much be really good all throughout the round, but probably not have the same impact with the stuff he lands. That's just my thoughts. But I got that as battle of the night, probably battle of the year if it goes well. At least a candidate for it. Hollow the Don versus Jazz the Rapper. I'm about to be really honest. This is a store run battle for me. I really don't, because I feel like I know the type of battle this is gonna be, and I'm not excited. Where's the Hollow the Don I'm not excited hoodie? I need that. I'm not excited. Now, they could completely shock the world and really go at it with each other. I just don't see it. I don't feel like Hollow's really inspired to really prove it. Again, he's one of those, like, he's solidified. This is just a bag for him. I don't think he's going to go crazy. I feel like feel like Jazz is gonna do what she's always doing. She's an angle puncher. So she's gonna, work her way with an angle and approach, and then punch her way out of it. And based on her popularity and her fan base, some of it might get more reaction than is warranted, but it might be enough to sway people to say she won the battle. I don't know. And then the whole thing about going against Jazz, she's been a part of the industry so long, being at every battles, being cool with all of the male battle rappers, that I don't think they purposely take a light on her. I just think it's hard for them to write for her. Maybe she makes it difficult for her to write for her. Maybe that's her thing. But I don't be getting the same venom from the fellas when they battle her, bro. I ain't see it from Twerk. I ain't see it from Gotti. I seen it out of Rum probably the most. I think Rum was probably the closest version of himself when battling her than anybody I seen. Outside of him though, everybody just gives a C+ effort to battle her. Now, don't understand why. So I'm not really looking forward to this battle, but I got Jazz winning. Whatever. All right. On to day 2, Hansel and Ace Amin. I'm going to go with Ace Amin in that one just because I think he's the better rapper, the better writer. I think he's done been on bigger cards, so he's like more well suited for this. Only thing going to stop him is him. And I think Hansel still got a couple of things to work on before he completely levels up. But that's just my thoughts on that. So, Clone and Elijah Straight. I got Clone. I don't know, man. Elijah Straight he be saying dope stuff, but it is a little hard to ignore who he sounds like, who his cadence, like the patterns, not a patterns. What I'm looking for, the transitions and how he raps when he punches. It's hard to ignore the similarities, but also I think as much as there's a familiarity and similar, you know what I'm saying, type of little ways about him and Nitty and stuff like that, he don't punch nearly as effective to me. Some of his stuff don't land nearly as hard as he think it does or as hard as it should. And you create dry spots against somebody like Clone, who's going to be entertaining while punching. And that's the thing. He's in that category of punchers who are entertaining at the same time. It's only like a few. But I got him winning that 2-1. Again, it does help that it's in the South. I think they're going to get a lot of what Clone is saying. So I got Clone in that one. Danny Myers. Oh, excuse me. XL, Emerson Kennedy, XL. Going with XL, man. Listen. I'm going with XL on that one. I ain't even going to get too in depth with that one. I ain't never picking that nigga. I ain't never pick. I'm going to go ahead and keep it moving, man, before I say some other stuff that's going to get my channel reported, man. Them niggas probably working with the feds. I don't know. All right, we're going to go move up. I'm Daniel Myers versus Quest McCody. Quest, Detroit representative. Cold. Great. I was about to preface it like, great human being, humanitarian. Nigga, listen, you my dog, I got you losing. I got Danny winning, man. I think Danny, I just think it helps when you're more active in these type of situations. Like, I can't even remember last time Quest battled. If he's battled more recent than I remember, then I apologize. But I just feel like being on a card of this magnitude, you need a warm. It's like boxing. Like, Canelo is going to fight Terrence Crawford later this year, but he got a warm-up fight in a couple of months to knock some of the rust off. Like, you don't just jump in the ring with an elite fighter cold turkey. So, just based off of that, really, I kind of got Danny and the energy he going to bring, too. So, I feel like with Quest, it's going to take him a minute to heat up because he ain't been in the ring for a minute. So, I'm going to go with Danny on that one. JC and Mad Flex, early candidate for battle of the night on day 2. Obviously I think there's 2 others I got being the top candidates, but JC and Mad Flex, you talk about probably 2 of the most underappreciated battlers of the last 20 years, to be honest with you. I would say more so Mad Flex than JC. JC has a little cult following, and he do get support. But Mad Flex more so, really, like, I don't think y'all realize how dope Mad Flex is. really don't understand it yet. But y'all will soon enough. Maybe in this battle. But even saying that, I got JC winning this one. I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna show that pin, show why that pin different. I think he's gonna punch. And the thing about JC is, people don't look at him as a guy with presence, but he actually has presence. But when people think presence, y'all look at it as stature. Like Suge got presence because he's like 6'4" and he's, you know what I'm saying, a big dude. You know what I'm saying? But presence just mean like an aura about you when you're rapping. Like when JC is rapping, like he really commands your attention. I think there's a presence in that. Like when he projects his voice and when he's rapping, I think people are paying close attention to him. I think there's a bit of presence that he has that I don't think people realize. And I think combining that with his skill to write and his execution and punchlines and just being very descriptive, but at the same time jumping out of the wordplay bag and being just direct with you, I think it's gonna be a little too much for Mad Flex. But that's gonna be a dope battle. It's gonna be a dope battle. Official versus Chirac or Chirac. Forgot how she pronounced her name. I got official. I just think Chirac be a little too inconsistent with her performances. Like she be having like incredible performances, then she be having stinkers. Official can really just punch her way to this victory. Like there's nothing that really separates them. Like there's nothing like Chirac does this way better than Official. Like I don't think she raps better. She might rap better. Even if she does rap better, I don't think it's by a lot. And if she can angle better, I don't think it's by much. Because I don't think neither one of them are fantastic anglers. So there's not much to separate them other than Official's a vet, been on these type of stages before, and she's been cleaner as of recent as in comparison to Chirac, and I think that's going to play a difference in this battle. Now, moving on, Jada Nightwing versus Ill Will. This is a sleeper battle, man. This battle ain't been talked about enough, man. This is a crazy matchup, man. If you really watched a lot of Jada Nightwing battles, this is a long overdue look for him. And if you look at Ill Will, this is a really tough test for him. I love this, man. The style's gonna be. It's weird because this is one of those battles where styles gonna be so different, but it still makes sense in a way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be like the perfect marriage. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I've seen Chilla Jones versus Rum, like a puncher going against a straight schemer, but yet it just works so well together. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what this is going to be. If I had to call this one, I'm going to go Ill Will. Not just because he's like the bigger name or he's like more battle tested like that. I'm looking at his track record against people that are trying to bring him down to their level, trying to, climb the mountain. He kind of knocks them back in reality, chin checks them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just thinking about the history, like, who was that? Was that Your Honor or somebody he had to kind of school or somebody like that? It was the time where he battled, like, Miss Miami and somebody else, like, within the same time span, within 2 or 3 days. He did that. He be giving a lot of local cast looks here and be kind of just letting them know, like, y'all ain't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? So I be basing it off of that. Like, when he goes against those types, I think he's going to not feel disrespected that he was booked with him because he agreed to be booked with him, but just like, oh, y'all really think he can get me out of here? Me? You know what I'm saying? He take pride in that. So I got him winning. It's a pride thing. So I got him winning. I think that's gonna be a very good battle though. Let's see who else we got. Chillin' Averb. Not really excited about this battle. No, I ain't gonna hold you. Chilla, you didn't have to be on this card, man. You could have just played. You ain't really need to be on this card, man. If you was on battle Averb, man, you could have just battled. Man, you should have called my homie King, man. King would have been on this card, man. It's April. You know what I'm saying? Could have hollered. Hey, you want to put King on one of your next cards? Holler at me. We can make that happen, man. God, man. Averb. I got Chilla. I got you winning though, Chilla. But it's just like book a battle that's gonna make us excited to see the battle. Like, man, Chilla. Verb is just gonna talk a good game. Verb is gonna go in there talking about the moon and the stars and Galileas and fucking and embryos and shit like that. I ain't got time for all that, man. I got think about to be talking about fucking the metamorphosis, the I don't know, the evolution of man and all that. Like I ain't really got the type of I ain't got the type of I ain't got the type of sense to and wherewithal to withstand all of that, man. That's just too much for me, man. Isn't there? He can have that. You good, but I got chill a little. Probably a 30. I don't know. We're gonna move on. Ilmac versus Real Sick is another battle. That I got that is a potentially battle of the night, potentially battle of the year. Ilmac and Real Sick. It's just so damn dope that I almost wanted to get this a separate predictions like this one in the main event. It's tough. It's really tough, man. I remember I'm looking at their common opponent. Like they both arguably beat A Ward. Not even argument. I got them both winning against A Ward. I'm looking at who did what, how well did they do it, how would that work against each other. And if you've been watching, there's like some real tension there. Like I don't know what the beef is, man. I gotta interview one of them, man. I gotta holler at Real Sick, man. Let me get you on, cause I don't know what the energy different with them. Like they be usually Real Sick be like, oh, it's an honor to battle you, king. Let's put on the show. Let's go crazy. But he was sending little shots and they was talking back and forth. I'm like, yo, I don't know what the tension is, but I'm with it. Maybe that's might be to the advantage of Ilmac though, because Ilmac kind of did that with A Ward, got A Ward upset, kind of took his eyes off the prize a little bit. Meanwhile, Ilmac was cooking up some nice little angles to try to get him out of there. So I don't know. If I really had to. I'm not one of those to sit on the fence. Y'all want predictions, y'all getting predictions. I think because I do believe it's going to be on the stage, I think Real Sick is going to win. Because I think he got a more commanding stage presence about him. I think he showed that against Diz. I think he's learned from that. That K-Shine battle was probably the best thing that ever happened to him. I want to interview him and ask him like that. Like I feel like that K-Shine performed, that was the best thing that ever happened to him. I really do, because I think that let him know how he has to be a little bit more adaptable when it's a big stage and you're on a platform and you're looking over at the crowd as opposed to them being so close up to you and you can just be you and just naturally do what you do. Like, I think that battle did something. And the New Jersey twerk battle too. Same thing. On a stage, you had to really command the crowd, like crowd control and all that. So I think with that element and his ability, he can do all of the stuff that Ilmac can do. He can do multis. He can do angles. He can punch. He can wordplay. He can do all the stuff Ilmac can do, but it sounds better when he's saying it. You know what I'm saying? He got a better battle rap voice. And sometimes, hey, believe it or not, I know y'all hate to think that sounds like kind of like foolish or whatever, child, but that matters though. Put it like this: if like certain bars that Twerk say sounds really powerful and heavy because of his voice, I might not like it if O-Red said it, because O-Red got a howling, screechy, squeaky voice. That's just facts. So certain things that Real Sick says and with the power in his voice that he said with, it lands and hits different than if someone else said it. So, I think a lot of that's going to play a part. I got Real Sick in that one, man. 2-1. That might be my battle of the night. I don't know. Daylyt and Rum Nitty. I said a long time ago that Daylyt was running from Nitty and Lux. I apologize. I said that 3 or 4 years ago when he wasn't like replying and stuff like that. But I'm not apologizing for picking Rum Nitty in this battle. I think Nitty showed that his style can break pins. And I don't mean it like he broke Lux's pin, but he was still able to beat him against someone as elite with a pin like Lux. If you think Daylyt has a better pin than Lux, cool. I think they're interchangeable. I don't think even if you got Daylyt as a better pen, it's not by a lot, or vice versa. But my whole point is, I was always curious to see Rum's style versus those type of guys. He did amazingly well, so I don't see that changing against Daylyt. Whereas Daylyt, I don't know what Daylyt I'm getting. I want to assume because it's somebody like Nitty, and I'm sure he respects Nitty. I want to assume we're getting the same one that we got against Rock. But then again, I also might worry that we're getting the one that went against King Los. And, you know, he had some good moments in the Los battle, but it wasn't the same. So, yeah, I'm a little worried with that one. I ain't going to hold you. All in all, I think I'm going to go with Rum Nitty 2-1 just because I think he's the best puncher in the world. Best puncher of all time. But he's also one of the best pins of all time. And I know people like to separate pins from punching, but some are the exception to the rule. Because he does a lot with his pin other than punch if you're really paying close attention. If you're really playing close to it. And he can interweave schemes within while punching. Like, he can do all of that stuff, man. I just think he's underrated is his overall skill set, his ability to connect. Because guess what? There's thousands of punchers, and a lot of them say some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to a guy like Mr. Biscuit. He says some amazing shit. Fate, King Jables, Fonz. But there's a reason why people connect with Nitty, because he says it and performs it at a level that nobody else can perform it at. And there's a big skill in that. And I think on the stage, again, I'm assuming this is going to be on the stage, I think his style is going to mesh better with the crowd than Daylyt is. Like, this is actually perfectly suited for Rum Nitty because you're going to get somebody who might have to dumb down their shit in order for the crowd to get it more than even you. And I feel like a lot of times Rum be looking like, damn, they don't get what I like. You know, he had to run it back because he's saying something crazy, but maybe the crowd might have missed it. You're going to be the one who's going to be whose bars are going to be more digestible. So I think that's going to be something Daylyt is going to have to worry about more than you. And I think that plays into your favor. So I got Rum Nitty winning. Quick rundown, in case you missed it. Day one, I got Capo Bravado. I got KCJ, Loso. I got Eunice, Chef Trez, Miss Hustle, Mike P, 40, Marv, Twerk, and Jazz. Day two, I got Ace Amin, Clone, XL, Danny Myers, JC, Official, Ill Will, Chilla Jones, Real Sick, and Rum Nitty. Now, to scale this card, I was going to break it up like day one is this, but overall, fuck it. I got it like a 9.5 out of a 10 as far as a card, bro. I ain't going to hold you. And you know, I don't think I'm going to ever give a card a 10, but on paper, I'm going to give it a 9. I ain't going to say 9.5 because there's certain, like I said, the Los on J2 battle, I'm not like, definitely don't need that Chilla Jones and A-Verb. Let me tell you something. Chilla Jones and A-Verb was a battle I loved in 2014, 15, around that time. Like when Chilla first burst onto the scene on like the URL, when he was like battling like Cash Eaton and people like that and JC. Because I thought Verb was still one of them guys back then. I thought Chilla was on his way. I would have went crazy if this was an announcement in like 2013, 14, 15 or something like that. But yeah, I'm cool on it now. What other battles? The 40 and Geechee, the Clips and Mike P. Yeah, so we're not really looking at it. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 now. Now I'm thinking about it. 9 flat. 9 flat. Because the matchups I am excited for are really exciting. Obviously, Daylyt and Nitty, Twerk and Ward, you know, those type of matchups I really like. Yo, JC and Mad Flex, Ill Will, Jada Nightwing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some ones. I like Hansel and Ace Amin, dog. I really like that. I think that's a really good matchup. So, but then you got Jazz and I'm deducting it's 8.5 on paper. 8.5 on paper. I'm sorry. I had to think about that. 8.5 on paper. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, 8.5 on paper. Bro. I don't. There's some. Yeah, some of these matchups. It's still high though. I'm still giving y'all great remarks. I don't know. I was tripping. I got a little too excited saying 9.5. Y'all are at 8.5. We gonna take them points down. But that's my time, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. What am I tripping on? What y'all agree with? Give me y'all full predictions in the comments. Do whatever y'all want to do, man. Just interact with it, brother. All right. That's all my time. Peace and love.